So let's get real about sustainability. Every year, globally, over $1 trillion is spent trying to research, develop, market, and sell ways for us to live sustainably. But really simply, the truth is that no matter where you are in the world, there are indigenous peoples from the place you live who for thousands of years live sustainably. Their language, their culture, their life ways, and beliefs created a sustainable way of living. Here in San Diego for no less than 12,000 years, I need you to sit with that number, 12,000 years, the Kumeyaay people have lived here and sustained life in abundance. When the Europeans arrived in San Diego, they looked around and said, this place is unbelievable. It's paradise. It's beautiful. There are so many animals. There's so much food. There are so many resources. But what the colonizers failed to see and continue to fail to see was the reason it was that way was because of the way the Kumeyaay people lived. Again, their language, their life ways, their beliefs, their cultures, and their practices is what sustained life, not just sustained life in abundance, but what created and enhanced the abundance of this place. And what disrupted that was colonization. And that is the same pattern that is played out throughout the world globally. You can look all around the world, no matter where you are. What ended sustainability was when colonization arrived and when the beliefs and practices of the indigenous people were made illegal, were erased, were villainized, were violently interrupted, and made impossible. So any solution for sustainability which does not acknowledge first this fact is a farce. We do not need to discover new technologies. We do not need solar panels, windmills, and electric cars because our way of life is unsustainable, period. Any way of life which views humans as separate than nature, any way of life which views a certain group of people as superior to another group of people, any way of life that views humans as superior to the rest of life is not seeing reality and is living outside of reality and is living outside of believing that we live outside of consequence and that we live outside of relationship, which is not true. We live in an interconnected world in which we rely on all the creatures around us. We are relatives to all life. We do live in a world in which it is amazing that billions of beings show up every day giving themselves to one another, and that is how life is sustained. So any discussion of sustainability needs to acknowledge this simple fact that what is actually unsustainable is this colonial, imperialistic, capitalistic way of life. And that until we change that, until we change our view of who we are in relationship to the world, we will always live unsustainably, and that in fact no new discovery or invention needs to be made because there are indigenous peoples who have sustained life wherever we are who have already solved the sustainability problem, and we're already living sustainably until it was disrupted by colonization.